Sportskeeda, Lucha Libre Online, we do a better job than WWE. And I would say the freaking name. We do a better job than WWE Creative. We do a better job than AEW. We hook our fans better than what they do because they have no freaking excuse. I mean, they've been doing this for a long time. They said that AEW is worth now $2 billion. You know, have pride. Have pride on your product.
Yeah. In between that is another episode of Saturday Night's Main Event. That's just like a week before the Royal Rumble. Do you integrate any of this into Saturday Night's Main Event? Are you just going to kind of do a filler card because it's in between the Netflix? It's about a month's time between the Netflix premiere and Royal Rumble. Just 3 weeks, after a little under 3 weeks after the Netflix premiere is Saturday Night's Main Event, just a week before the Rumble. So how do you integrate Saturday Night's Main Event in this, Hugo?
I believe that you have to go with 2 attractions from Raw, 2 attractions from SmackDown, and the infomercial about what you're selling, your big event coming up on pay-per-view or special live event, as we call it. Because I don't think there's the way everything goes right now, you don't have that much time to sell that long. So you have to be precise, and also remember that NBC don't have them WWE or TKO whatever on Saturday night just to do a regular card. They're not going to put up with the crap. Okay, you're going to give Netflix this, you're going to give Saudi Arabia the Crown Jewel Championship, and you're going to give us a crappy card between your big shows. I don't think that's going to happen because the tradition on Saturday Night's Main Event was you wanted, as a matter of fact, you wanted to see that show because it reminded me of the years where NWA or World Class. That I used to love more their regular big events on TV than the actual pay-per-view. Yeah. So we have to be strong again on the TV production to make the people fall in love and follow that. You have 200 countries on Netflix on the debut, and you have the opportunity of, if not getting all those 10 million back, you're going to have the opportunity of, 200 countries. You have the opportunity of not only getting those wrestling fans, getting new ones, and if you do it right, this might be the moment where you bring it to like a concert mode that they'll have to play bigger venues, because if it clicks the right way, like for instance, you could put into the picture anytime you want. You could bring El Conejo Malo, Bad Bunny. You could bring him into the picture. Do not forget, we could bring him in, and then you have a megastar of the music world that did almost a perfecto matches in WWE, and he's there, and he's hot. So you could use him for Saturday Night's Main Event, or you could intro him on Netflix for that angle too. They have the money, and they have the people. They just have to come up with the right strategy and not blow it. Because if they blow it, you don't get a second chance.
Michael, I got a angle for you to chew on for a second. Give me your thoughts on. So I think one of the biggest things that should come out of the premiere Netflix debut would be a Seth Rollins heel turn. I think that should happen. I think that would cause a lot of intrigue, and it would bring some interest into the next show. When you think of episodic television, that's the point. You don't put everything in one show. You got to leave some cliffhangers for the following show. So, Punk and Rollins has been booked as the main event, whether I believe it's the true main event. There's been some talks that the Tribal Combat's the main event too. So whatever, if it's the true main event, it would be interesting. But regardless, even if it was like the semi-main or the main, it doesn't matter. I think you can still do this. So say, for instance, if you have like CM Punk defeats Seth Rollins clean, right? And then They go for the respect hug or the respect handshake. Seth Rollins, reluctantly shakes the hand. The whole raise the hand or whatever, and then boom or low blow or something to that nature. What you could do in between the premiere and the Royal Rumble is you could have like a cage match between Seth and Punk, and that Saturday night's main event on the week before Rumble, and you could do the trilogy either at Royal Rumble or save it for Mania, because you could have the Royal Rumble itself could be Seth and Punk both being in there, and then they kind of do the whole who was the double elimination? Savage eliminated somebody with himself. There's been a couple of Royal Rumbles where someone's so upset that they don't even care they're in the match. They just they just eliminate themselves too. They could have one of those things, and that can lead to a trilogy at WrestleMania. What do you think about that, Michael?
That works. My issue with Rollins as a heel is that he's very popular with the crowd. He still will be serenaded by everyone. So he will not be like a real heel. He will be like a villain of a poorly told story to many people's eyes.
A lot of people are starting to boo him now, though.
Yeah, but it's because Punk is very, very hot. But it depends on how Punk is approached in this era. I think Netflix-wise, Punk is very popular. Like, he was the childhood of many people that are now up, I don't know, like 18 or 16, that they grew up with Punk. So he's very special to a lot of people, specifically people that watch Netflix constantly. I believe the trilogy will work, but it's got to be blood. There's got to be guts. There's got to be violence, because both of them have the potential to do gruesome fan service match. So I will very likely vote for an old school hardcore match or Extreme Rules. Or ideally, since Netflix does not have a lot of restrictions, a first blood match can always work, and it gives a different attitude vibe to the situation to attract more people of that nature or the preference of wrestling.
Yeah. Or if you want to make it special, man, I hated the fact that they did not use Becky the Man and her husband, as we see on the comics, on the movies, on Batman, where you have these eccentric heels, villains. And I always felt like the look that like the two of them had, there was so much you could do with them, that if we already stated about CM Punk and AJ, and you use the same philosophy, and then you bring the Man in, and then that forces AJ to come in, then you could have two matches and have that happen on the second match finish, and then have the trilogy end with the mixed couples, a real, like it's not a fake, married couple. They're real. You could do that too. And Netflix will love it, because people that don't understand our business, they say, oh, man, this is like husband and wife fighting against husband and wife. And there's something, as a pastor, I could tell you, there's something, even when I do big events and I do couples and stuff, and to see if they know each other, and that's not a wrestling thing, but when they fail to connect, there's like a little issue already with Christian couples. So if you get that philosophy of an issue between CM Punk and Seth, and then here comes Becky the Man, and I will even go extreme. I will not only make her interfere, I'll make her slap Seth like twice. Like, you get your together now, and boom, they beat the heck out of CM Punk, and then here comes AJ. But you see, it's a different way, because she will like boom, boom, smack Seth, then kick his butt, the CM Punk. Here comes AJ. Now you're ready for your trilogy. I believe that back then, when the whole creative team was Vince, Pat, Bruce, and myself, and then Jerry Briscoe came in, and then of course, the monsters that came through after that. It was like, oh my God, how many, like 12 people and Hollywood writers and all this stuff that you watched one promo and you said, oh my God, this is bad, because they're making wrestlers be actors, and people don't want that. Yes, they want to see that interactive stuff, but they want it to be like, oh, that's Seth. That's that's The Rock. You cannot change him, and I think this is a great opportunity to keep Triple H's word about giving the people what they want. Let's see if he's able to deliver. But Vince showed me a lesson once. He said to me, people think that because I own this place, I'm in total control. And trust me, there was a lot of people getting fired because they manipulate the system. And that's one of the reasons why I got a lot of heat, because I'm not an ass kisser. And Michael could tell you, it doesn't matter if I go to AEW or AAA or WWE, I'm respectful, but I will tell you my opinion. If it's crap, I will tell you it's crap. And that's a problem, that we have too many yes man, yes woman, and that's why the quality of our product is not better.
I think a trilogy would be the way to go. Like I said, it seems like the money's on Rock, on Punk and Roman for now. But at the same time, if you do a trilogy with Punk and Seth, I mean, give us some time, give us some steam, build it up, add Becky Lynch, add AJ Lee, two real life, former, women's champions, very staple WWE, there's so much that could be in part of that. Yeah, I mean, there's so much. I mean, like AJ Lee can be like, I was champion before you were. I paved the way for you, and look at you, seeming like you're so, ungrateful. I mean, I had to come back because I was so, disappointed, and you just basically saying that you're the man. This is a woman's championship. I paved the way for this just for you to call yourself the man. Who are you? I mean, like that type of stuff can add a real life.
I like that.
Feel to that. Yeah. Yeah.
I like that, Chris. I believe that, and I said that before we started this conversation. I think Sportskeeda, Lucha Libre Online, we do a better job than WWE. And I would say the freaking name. We do a better job than WWE Creative. We do a better job than AEW. We hook our fans better than what they do, because they have no freaking excuse. I mean, they've been doing this for a long time. They said that AEW is worth now $2 billion. Have pride. Have pride on your product. That's all I'm saying.
Indeed. Well, the pride of Lucha Libre Online are the two people that's sharing the screen with me. We got Hugo Savinovich, WWE legend in the Spanish announce team. And
movie star. Don't forget movie star.
Movie star. Don't forget his other accolade.
Movie did number 2, and we beat Gladiator 2. What else did we beat on the debut, Michael? We beat
a lot of movies, but Moana was over. It was like, you were fighting with The Rock, man.
Nice.
So,
nice.
Yeah. But it shows people a nostalgia, because that era that we did what we did, I mean, that was like the talk of the town. And I think that regardless of how successful WWE, TKO, they are, I think that they cannot go away from what brought them there. Nostalgia, attitude, and give more freedom to their stars, and don't make me watch a silly movie on a promo.
Yeah.
Please.
Please.
Yes.
We will probably see a lot of bells and whistles and animation and cinema, as Roman Reigns would say, in the Netflix era quite a bit. And so we shall see. Until then, we have Hugo Savinovich. We have Michael Morales Torres. We have an amazing lawyer on the screen. So go ahead and follow him if you're in a little bit of hot water. So with that being said, we got at Lawyered by Mike, at Lucha Libre Online without the E. Please follow Lucha Libre Online. If you want to talk about amazing content for Lucha Libre Online, my guy Hugo and Michael and all their team. They come out with some banger content, so be sure to follow them. I am Dr. Chris. This is Unscripted. Have a good night, everybody. Solo.